What's up guys, Semi-mong from Game On here, and we're back with some more Elder Scrolls Online. I'm going to be doing a woodworking guide, just to clear up some confusion on the last guide, the blacksmithing one, because apparently new players couldn't follow it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now, do I need to speak to him? No. So we're here in Daggerfall. We'll zoom out to the Great Daggerfall. And we are in the woodworking station, which is in its own building compared to the blacksmithing one, which is there. So that's a bit annoying. But yeah, not a bit of a short ride. So you go up to it and you simply press X, just like the blacksmithing guide. But unlike the blacksmithing one, there's going to be different materials. So I'm going to go through each stage one by one. So if we go to refine, now obviously you need to go out and get your raw material. For this it'll be rough maple. I've just gone out and collected some and it took me ages. But I've got it finally. But yeah, so you need rough maple, you need to refine it down. So you click add, click refine, and there you go. I've got 7 sanded maple and a pitch. So you need a minimum of 10 rough maples, I believe. Yeah, minimum of 10, you get 7 to 10 back, which is alright. I mean, if you don't know where to find rough maple, go check out our low level resource gathering guide. That's in our Elder Scrolls playlist. So once you've got your rough maple, we're going to go on to creation. Now woodworking is actually used to make bows, staffs and shields, whereas blacksmithing, clothing is used to make armour, axes, swords, all that sort of stuff. So for now it's actually redded out, so we can't make this yet. So let's say I wanted to make an inferno staff. We go down, we want to select the raw material that we've just refined down into our sanded maple. So we have that selected. You can see there's other materials. This is just other materials that you either collect as you level up in the world, or as you sit you do collect it in the world, but you can see there it requires your woodworking skill to actually be up higher, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so that's what I could use. Sanded oak and sanded beech if I had any. I wonder where you get them to, but as I said, it's probably from leveling up, so around like level 20 I'm guessing you'll find different types of wood. It may look different out in the open as well, I'm not quite sure. We'll do a video on that when I level up. But once you've got your raw material selected, what you want to do is select how much you want to put in. So this depends on the level and damage that your staff's going to do. You can see it going up there one by one. Oh, Mike, I'm sorry Mike. So I'm going to get it to the level 12, because I'm level 11, so I might as well add 8. Get it to level 12. I've got 14. And now what we need to do now is to unred this. And to do that you need to select the style you're going to make your staff or bow in. So I am a high elf, therefore I use adamant. If you don't know what style you have, literally go through the list, and the one that doesn't say learn style to unlock is the one that you have. You may not have the ingredients for it, but don't worry. So yeah, I'm adamant. And the way to get the secondary material, the style material, is by either deconstructing items, refining items. If you haven't got any of that, simply back out, go to the Mr. Woodworker there and buy some. So you can go in, go to store, go down to buy, right down to the bottom, here you go. Here's the style materials, you'll have to select one of these, just find out which one it is and buy a couple. So I went ahead and brought that. Let's head back to the woodworking station. So now we've got what we want selected. We've got the raw material we want to use and how much of it we want to use. We've got our style selected. And we've also got the trait. Now the trait is the enchant at the bottom of your weapon that you will create. Traits are actually unlocked through the research tab, but I'll go through that at the end. And also different styles. You can unlock different styles. Obviously it says there, learn style to unlock. And this is done traditionally through adventuring out in the world and finding little books, so like lore books that you can pick up. And once you've read it, you actually learn that style. So that's okay, but if you're a bit lazy, you can go to the crown store and buy them, which is a lot easier. So let's just go ahead and craft that. So we've gone ahead and just crafted a maple inferno staff. Might as well do one more. Get our woodworking up that little bit more. Goes up so little, Jesus. Right, so now we've got refine, we've gone through how you actually create an item. What are the last 3 tabs? Now the last 3 tabs are building on top of the first 2, I'd say. So as I said, you can actually get the secondary materials by deconstructing other items. And this actually gives you the chance of getting raw materials as well and improvement materials, which I'll go through in a minute. So let's just say, yeah, the level 8 staff, we want to add it to deconstruct. What can we actually get back from that? So we've got 1 sanded maple back from that, which is pretty naff. What if I added my lightning staff of shock? So that's a second tier up from the inferno staff. That's a fine. No, that's fine. That's uncommon, I think. Yeah. So let's deconstruct an uncommon staff. No usable items. What a waste. Oh, the horror. What about this one? Can I get anything good from this? See, I've got 1 bone and 2 standard maples. So bone's actually a secondary material for wood elf. Because I've got wood. It was either wood elf or dark elf. I'm pretty sure it's wood elf. So yeah, that's just another quick and easy way you can actually get secondary materials. So if you picked up items, say in a dungeon or out adventuring that you just don't want, go ahead and deconstruct them. But do remember that staffs, bows and shields, sorry about the mic there, will all be for woodworking, whereas you would have to go to blacksmithing to deconstruct armor, axes, swords, all of that. So once you've got your item, we can actually go ahead and improve it. So yeah, you've got a normal, you've got fine, you've got superior, epic and then legendary. So improving actually has its own materials and it gives it a chance to improve it to the next tier of weapon. So let's just say we want to improve the maple staff I just got. So from deconstructing or refining earlier, you saw that I got 1 pitch. This is actually an improvement material, and every pitch gives you a percentage chance of improving your staff. So if I go ahead and click improve, it will give me a 20% chance to increase it to a fine item. Whereas if I had more pitches, I could add say 5, and that is a guarantee upgrade. So you're going to have to go ahead and refine a lot of things to get your pitches. I don't know if you can actually deconstruct and get pitches. I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can't actually find them out in the open as well. Don't take my word for that though. So yeah, let's try and improve this. Let's give it a go. Did it do it? No, red aura. It failed. It failed. That's a bit long. But yeah, as you can see there, that is pitch. If we go up in tiers, so say we wanted to go from fine to superior, it actually is a different item. So that's a turpin. So I'm guessing you'll get that through refining again. But what's interesting here is it actually requires more to get it a guarantee. So that's 7. So I'm guessing superior to epic would be 9 and epic to legendary would be 11. But it's obviously worth it if it's epic to legendary. So it's a bit of a grind getting these unless you do want to gamble. But it depends. If you're saving up for an epic to legendary, it's better to save up and get the guarantee rather than gamble. Because you don't want to lose an epic item as it is. Because it did say at the start, once you do this, it does have a chance of destroying it as well. Which is pretty naff. It's pretty naff, let's be honest. And now the last tab, sorry I went up. The last tab is actually the research tab. So I showed you this while we were in the creation tab. This is what adds the enchant at the bottom of the weapon. So I could go ahead and say I wanted to research my Inferno staff. I could research the defending trait. So this means I would add a defense enchant to my weapon when I create it. The only problem is that obviously you have to research it and it takes 6 hours. So that is a bit long and it also destroys the staff you're researching in the process. But if we go back to creation, we can see that if we did want to make an Inferno staff with say 3 maple, 1 adamite and the defending, that would give us the enchant of increasing our armor and spell resistance by 4%. And I've actually got the 1 turquoise gem I'd need to do that. So I could go ahead and sacrifice my good Inferno staff to make better staffs in the future, I guess. But I would suggest saving it until you're up in the higher levels of wood or ore for blacksmithing. Because let's be honest, I'm not going to make a level 1 staff at the moment with an enchant. Because I just wouldn't use the level 1 staff. And the enchants don't actually add its value either, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, that's been woodworking. I'm just going to head over to the blacksmithing station to compare it. As I said, the last guide was a bit harder to follow for new players. So yeah, here's the blacksmithing station, as I said, in Daggerfall, just across from the woodworking building. Short walk, short ride. So let's get off here. Now the only difference between woodworking, blacksmithing and clothing is the materials. So if we go on to creation, you can see that the material being used is obviously iron ingots. Now you would refine that from iron ore, and there's just different types of ingots you can use. And that's literally the only main difference. Like, the secondary material is exactly the same. The trait materials are exactly the same. Oh no, they're not. Defending. Oh yeah, yeah, they're exactly the same. The only difference is what you can make and the materials you use. It's still the same in the sense that you just increase the amount of materials you want. So nothing's different. Literally all the same tabs. If I show you on clothing as well. Creation. There we go. See, just different items you can make with different materials. Now on clothing, to get to a heavy, medium armor, you have to actually carry on going through, and there the material changes. So bear that in mind if you're a sorcerer or a assassin, because sorcerers and assassins like to use light armor and medium armor, so just bear that in mind. You'll need two different materials for the both of them. But yeah, let's see what else we can actually do, because there is furthermore things you can do in professions. So if I actually just show you on a skills tab, stop it, Mike. Mike's been annoying. You can actually go right down to the bottom, and you can see there's skill trees in the professions. So this just opens up more options for when you're going to make things. So if I take you through the woodworking professions, you can compare it to the blacksmithing. Once again, the skills are pretty much the same. It's just wood to ore. There's no difference apart from that. So woodworking, as you level up, you get a woodworking point. So I'm 2 levels off. Next upgrade is woodworking rank 5. So once I get to rank 5, I would get 2 out of 9 woodworking. And this allows the use of another wood. So once that's 2 out of 9, I would then be able to use woodworking sanded oak. So that's actually 2 separate levels then. Bear that in mind as well. But what I'm here to actually show you is the difference between these two. Now this one, Keen Eye, just allows you to see maple, different types of wood easier when you're out adventuring in the open. With blacksmithing, it'll be the same. You've got different types of ore, you'll be able to see them easier. What's interesting is the hirelings you can get for each profession. Now this just sends you a slow resource, like, not resource, a slow, what am I thinking here? What's that word? I don't know, it just sends you items to your mailbox, pretty much. So you can slowly level up your profession. So as you said there, Lumberjack Hireling will send you wood and possibly other items every day. So this is wood, this is your raw material, which is all you really need. You can buy the secondary material from the from the woodworking guy, or the blacksmithing guy, the shopkeeper in any building, and you're pretty much, that's it. Or you'll waste a little bit of money leveling it up, but you're getting the raw materials for yourself. So that is one easy way. If you don't like going resource gathering, you can just put a few skill points in here and just get materials sent to you. Or you could do it yourself where you get Keen Eye and then you get, there's other ones here, so let's go through them. Improves the chances of extracting woodworking ingredients and allows the refining of more powerful resins from raw materials. Okay, so this improves your chances of getting more items when you refine the raw materials down, and the chance of getting better resins, so like say epic to legendary resins or superior to epic. So rather than turpin, which is I think was fine to superior, you can get like superior to legendary ones. This just reduces the research time, I knew that already, and allows you to actually research 2 things at a time. So I'm going to aim to get that later on in my profession levels. And this just increases the chances of improving items with resins. Okay, so rather than it being 5, it would potentially be 4 at your first start. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of good ones there. So technically, if you got a good couple of points and put 1 in each hireling, you could slowly level up your professions as you're just out adventuring and leveling up. So yeah, I hope that's been a good guide, guys. I've been your guy, Semi-mong. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!